In this video, I'm going to answer questions with respect to recent clarification which came in regard to interest under GST. Hi, this is Abhishek Agarwal, and I welcome you all in the second episode of Get Set Train with Abhishek. First question of the week is, what will be the amount on which interest is to be levied if returns are filed after the due date? So let's say, for example, for the month of June, the due date to file GST 3B is 20 July. Now, if the returns are filed, let's say after 20 July, then interest is to be levied on the liability portion of which is paid through cash. So for example, the entire amount of liability is 1,000 rupees. And out of 1,000 rupees, 800 was paid through credit ledger. The remaining balance 200 was paid through cash ledger. So the 200 rupees will be subject to a levy of interest. A new rule 88B was inserted on 5th of July. Through this insertion of a new rule, what was clarified that if proceedings under 73 or 74 has been initiated before filing of the return, then the interest will be leviable on the entire amount of 1,000. So I will repeat, say if your entire liability is 1,000 rupees and you have paid 800 rupees through credit ledger and 200 rupees through cash ledger, and you have not received any notice under 73 or 74, then interest is to be levied only on rupees 200. But in a case where you receive a notice under 73 or 74 before filing returns, then interest is to be levied on entire 1,000. Okay. Second question of the week is, what if the transaction pertaining to a particular period is disclosed in a subsequent tax period? For example, let's say a transaction pertains to the month of April 2022 has been disclosed and tax has been discharged in the month of September 2022. In this, the interest is to be levied on the entire amount, irrespective it is paid through credit ledger or cash ledger. So let's say 500 rupees is the amount of the tax which is paid through credit ledger altogether. Then also interest at the rate of 18% will be levied on the entire amount of 500 rupees, right? It will be from the due date of the return of the period in which the transaction pertains to. This brings to the third question, and that is a very important question. What will be the amount on which interest is to be levied when ITC is wrongly availed and utilized? Friends, please note, if ITC has been availed and not utilized, then there will be no interest leviable. If ITC availed and the entire balance is continued in the credit ledger, then no interest is to be leviable. But if ITC has been availed and utilized, then interest will be leviable from the date of utilization. Please understand, if 1,000 rupees ITC has been availed and consistency balance of 1,000 is maintained, then no interest is getting levied. But out of this 1,000, if rupees 200 has been utilized and balance 800 is there in the credit ledger, then interest is to be levied on only rupees 200. Now, an explanation has been given in the newly inserted Rule 88B, which says that the date of utilization will be the date of actual debit in the electronic credit ledger or the due date of the return, whichever is earlier. So let's understand this with example. So for the month of May, the due date is 20 June, but you have filed the return on 25th of June. So, and on 25th of June, when you were filing the returns, you have utilized the credit ledger balance to the extent of rupees 200. So in our example, we have availed the 1,000 rupees excess ITC, and that was consistently maintained in the credit ledger. But while filing the returns for the month of May, on 25th of June, we have utilized the credit to an extent of rupees 200. So the newly inserted Rule 88B says that interest will be leviable on rupees 200 from which date? From 25th June? No, it will be from 20th June. The explanation says the due date of the return or the actual date, whichever is earlier. So the interest will be leviable from 20 June, irrespective of the fact that you have utilized it on 25th of June. So those were the answers to the questions asked. Whatsoever query you have, please post it in the link given in the description box, and see you in my next video.